the top left, we do have the one and only soO.
Yeah, Freaka Freaks. Freaka, welcome back. StarCraft 2 with that team. And in the bottom right here from Raise Your Edge Gaming, it's Zest.
He's been playing in so many online cups.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
certainly has.
included.
And we were talking about a little bit offline. Zest this time last year was also doing great on the online cups in the off-season before, you know, there were too many online tournaments at all. I think we did have a few more online tournaments back then, offline rather, back then. But, I mean, it's Zest, all right? And this guy, I feel, is always going to be a contender. There is no one in this group that I feel is super, super favored against him. So I'm looking forward to this match because I feel like it is going to be quite close. It's hard to pick a favorite. There's a lot of things going for and also against both of these gentlemen here at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. Zest has actually brought up some weird builds in this matchup. So we already saw here that he actually was very intent on getting that hatch block, right? Which, I mean, sometimes you see Protoss who like never ever tried. Sometimes you see Protoss who actually even do like on 13. You know, they send a probe on 13 immediately, and it's like, oh, is it really that important? But he decides to go for it here on Simulacrum. I think this is the first time I actually had to say the map, man.
I say it really quickly so that no one can notice whether or not I say it correct or wrong.
Exactly.
Say Simulacrum.
I mean, I think of the Google translation. Simulacrum. Simulacrum.
Nice Google Translate.
Anyways, yeah, starting that off here, and soO just very smoothly goes for the other hatchery. Is not going to interrupt them too much. But anyways, Zest has been going for some weird builds, like, you know, hatch block or whatever. It doesn't matter. No, what really matters is that he wants to hit an adept attack into triple Stargate. Oracle.
That's actually a really good point that I'm gonna reiterate on. As Zest was Mr. Predictable for all you guys out there in chat land. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there watch a lot of StarCraft will recognize Zest as being Mr. Reliable. He was the last guy to stop Archon dropping when Protoss has been opening Stargate for a year in this matchup. And he usually is your regular timing-based guy into a later game, Warp Prism, Defendy, Juggle kind of Protoss. But he has, as ZombieGrub mentioned, been whipping out weird stuff. Resonant Englave Adept all-ins, triple Stargate builds, hiding tech out on the map at a proxy pylon. If he hit the nameplate, I'd be like, oh, okay, it's parting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's Patience. No?
No?
No, it's Mr. Clean himself, Zest.
Yeah, which seemed to work out for him well in his previous series, so he's going to bring it here to soO. I'm pretty much guaranteeing he's actually going to have been at least informed about the last series, right?
Yeah.
As he was probably planning his own series, but yeah, the Koreans do like to talk to each other. A handful of Lings are on the way. That is going to be Resident Englave, the Robo coming down. More than just a few Lings, actually.
Yeah, soO is making a lot of Lings, and we are perfectly aware of the fact that Resonant Englave Adepts are usually pretty good against those. So this might work for soO if he can hit before there's too many Adepts, but if he keeps flooding Lings and Zest able to kick in with like 4 or 5 gateways worth of Adept production, I feel like this could turn onto the Protoss' favor pretty quickly. soO's got a window here, though.
Yeah, maybe. So the amount of Lings here, yeah, should already alert Zest this might turn serious. It's already kind of weird, and then, oh, well, more and more are coming, so it's absolutely weird. He's even getting prepared to probably have a secondary wall off, but if he does hold, he's going to go ahead and chrono out Warp Gate here, get one more Adept before that gateway is going to go down. Then, yeah, absolutely, he'll have 4 gateways, hopefully, still left over, 4 non-stop Adept production, and an immediate counter as well. So is this really going to go well for soO? It starts off looking great as Zest panics, but he is holding.
He is holding for now, and he only got to squeeze out 1 Adept here. It's going to have to be Zealots from now on. He is making an Immortal back to his main base to rally it on down, and there is a Zealot on the outside, hacking and slashing on his Lings. Couple more being warped in the front line here. Zest not able to utilize Resonant Englave when it gets done. I don't even think he would anyway if he still had a Cyber Core.
Yeah.
soO is all over his face right now with so many Lings.
It's exactly the problem. That X-Core is actually what makes you, like, allow you to go ahead and get those Adepts, which he desperately needs. They'd be more effective than these Zealots, but he is still holding wall after wall coming down. Finally, some X-Core also available, and he did pump out an Immortal, which, if it gets surrounded by Lings, is not too helpful, but anything helps right now.
And it looks like Zest has held. soO's pulling back the Lings for now. Obviously, he's still making more, but we're seeing drones, a production tab, and a Bailing Nest. So soO, of course, could potentially try and break down this pylon wall, which is very, very vulnerable to Bailings. But it would be a massive investment, and soO would not do it if he knew he couldn't capitalize on it. So maybe just delaying the third base of the Protoss and trying to drone up a little bit seems like the best call. But soO, he's like, shut up, Maynard. Stop being stupid. I'm going to hold that C button, get another dozen Lings out on the field.
Ooh, man, that would have been great if he actually did go for Burrow, but nope, just a little bit of a misclick. Actually adding on a Spore Crawler. I mean, that's so many Lings. He's definitely going to do something. The Adepts, I mean, he saw like a decent number of Adepts and would have figured that out, that it is going to be resonating Glaives. But he's like, I mean, there's really no drones coming in at all. He's still down 5 drones by being the Zerg player in the situation. It's absolutely going to be an attack. Zest, though, it's one of those questions again, like, does this still favor him? Is he going to just warp in more Adepts, spread them a little bit? In fact, they're already kind of in a defensive situation.
Okay, if these Adepts are still home when the Banelings bust the front, I think Zest is completely fine. But the question is, will they be? Looks like they will, actually. He's trying to ferry them down, but there's that bust, and in come the Lings. Zest needs to get every single Adept on that front line here to try and hold on. Has the Prism to juggle units as well. These 2 Immortals walking in from the outside. They're going to take the long path. These Banelings, stacked up probes, but luckily they get out of the Baneling splash damage there. 7 of them have gone down already, but again, Zest's economy is still okay. He just needs to stop the flow of Lings.
He does have 3 gateways depowered, so he's down to 2 warp-ins every however many seconds it is. Like, that's not a lot, but he did manage to keep a couple of Adepts alive. 2 Immortals will actually stay alive for a very long time. Again, they might not take out the Lings that fast, but they are certainly helpful. And yeah, he managed to keep a decent amount of probes alive because those Banelings didn't go for them. They instead tried to take out all the Adepts, but soO is not done. He's done, man. He's going to try and make this work.
This lack of production really sucks. Maybe Zest could repower those gateways with a Prism or something, but he just really needs more Adepts here on the front line. soO's like, okay, I've got this, I think. I'm just going to keep making Lings and break your back. You cannot hold this many Lings. Zest thinks otherwise, going to try and repower that wall. Prism's still not being used in power mode here.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was going to do, but
me too. I was thinking
not so
that.
much.
Seemed like a good call, but you know, he just needs more warp-ins, more Adepts. His probe count is still honestly okay. 25 against 27 drones, completely playable for the Protoss.
Yeah, it could have been much worse. His Observer sees this will be continued to attack, so he knows to take it very, very seriously. The Immortals are going to go ahead and guard here. The Adepts will probably go behind them. They still have their shields.
Island's still exposed.
It is exposed. It's depowering once again. They're Chrono boosted as well. Shield batteries are not done either, but so much juggling can still occur.
Certainly can. The Prism has a ton of utility here. It's going to juggle those 2 Immortals up and down. The Immortal is deep in the red, but the main base now, those Lings are just playing like they're playing table tennis, just going from one side to the other of the Protoss' infrastructure, doing damage in every single place.
Whew, okay, I think that soO finally thinks that maybe droning up is going to be the option here. He has gone up to 39 drones, about to be above 40 as well, and still having some Lings, not just to maybe stop like a couple of units coming across the map, but also to threaten a counter. I mean, Zest's wall is a disaster right now.
You're not wrong. The counterattack would almost certainly kill soO if he didn't have anything back at home. He has barely, he has a queen per hatchery and just drones back at home. So it is very, very vulnerable. There's that Roach Warren. She normally sees her get a few minutes ago at this point. But I like the Prism and the 2 Immortals here. I think this is a much safer thing to go across the map with for Zest. Can do drone damage, pick off a queen, maybe even get another warp in the main. In fact, he's warping in down here on the low ground.
Still going to go for the attack that he probably had in mind from the get-go, and then he was interrupted. The wall is complete. It is just a Zealot holding that wall, but soO has everything back here. We know that Zest is maybe gambling a little bit on that, but he wants to do an attack. There's no vision as the Warp Prism actually goes into warp mode. soO has lost track of that. The Adepts are waiting to go to the natural war. The third, well, everywhere actually. Everything could be attacked right now.
Zest is actually in 3 places at once right now. soO sending all those Lings down here to those Adepts at the third. But meanwhile, the main base left very exposed. 2 Immortals and a ton of Adepts coming in. And the natural being hit by 4 Adepts at the same time. soO is bleeding drones right now. Zest with a counterattack. Such a sick move.
The triple attack has been amazing. The Banelings, really not even that great of a trade right there. 2 Adepts still alive. Of course, they instantly perish, but they spend a lot more time. The main base is being totally just obliterated right now with the lair going down, 23 drones, and the Lings, they're going to have to try and take on a fight with the Warp Prism still able to juggle.
And those Queens are not getting anywhere near that Warp Prism, not with these Immortals guarding the wall in. Oh man, that is going to be tough. He's just making Lings because that's all soO can do, and that's pretty much all he has been doing. So he's just going to try and make it work, but I don't like his chances. Hold the door, says those Immortals, and then in they come into a face of a ton of Adepts that are splitting up here, still with those Resident Glaze attack upgrades. And there we go, trading for days. Zest takes an amazing fight in the main base.
He does lose one of the Immortals as the Warp Prism was changing forms, and it looks like he's going to have to lose a second one. Woohoo! The Queens are off of creep. He recalls instantly, but that was a devastating blow. Was it enough? Zest did delay a lot of technology he could have been grabbing, right? But soO losing his lair, losing his hatchery, losing so many more resources.
189 Zerglings, not even 10 minutes into this game. If that isn't a zoo ZvP, I don't know what is.
I feel like it's a little bit more grim, you know, where Zest maybe doesn't have, like, yeah, like, I don't know. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what? Thanks, soO. Thank you, soO.